If you're a heat and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, what is the mental toughness in sales when it comes to lies and justifications, and why does it matter? This is a super important question. I'm Scott Bell, coming to you live from Sacramento, California, on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you. I'm coming to you live for HVAC Technician Sales Secrets. Okay, heads up, when I say that this is a super important topic, I truly mean it. Now, I get to work with entrepreneurs, offer owners, business owners, salespeople, heating and air techs, and this conversation kind of circles around and it revolves around trust. And first and foremost, I want to make sure to tell you, hey, do the right thing, right? Do the right thing. Okay, we got that out of the way. And there is, and this is the gist of everything, a double standard when it comes to sales. Okay, here's the double standard. You as a salesperson, you as a technician, you are required to tell the truth. Okay, cool. No problem with that, right? Great, good thing. But as a buyer, that truth isn't really held up on their end. That truth really isn't, well, I'm gonna tell you the truth until. And that until happens till either A, it's uncomfortable, or B, money is involved. So just rely upon those two pieces of information, comfortability and money. So you go through your process, you have your conversation, you get your commitments in whatever way that you do that. And you are hoping that the buyer is telling you the truth. Now, their hope is that you're doing the same, okay? Until it's uncomfortable or until money's involved. And you're like, Scott, what does this have to do with mental toughness and self-sabotage and everything that goes along with it? And I'm going to say everything, because here's what happens. There's going to be a point where you sit down with Mr. Smith, Mrs. Smith, Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones, and you do your job. You tell the truth. You're moral in whatever way that is. Please, please, please tell the truth. Please, please, please tell the truth. Okay? And then you meet with the buyer, and then they make commitments. And at some point, those commitments, A, become uncomfortable, or B, money is involved, and they either back out of the deal or they ghost you. And you're like, Scott, I never thought of it that way. Well, this right here is why you should go to HVACTechSecrets.com. I'll give you the goods. Not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. Go to that URL, type it in, drop in your name, your email address, maybe your phone number. I'll give you the goods. You'll be happy. So you're like, Scott, what does this have to do with mental toughness? Like, let's get into this, okay? So the sales cycle is like an arc. It's like a bell curve. And it could be a really tall bell curve. It could be a shallow bell curve. And there's going to be a time where you're trying to get deals and you're heading up the mountain. And you meet with buyers and they make commitments and they may do a deal with you. And then A, something becomes uncomfortable, or B, money gets involved and they lie to you, they ghost you, they send you all sorts of emails. Hey, I just want to cancel. Text message, just want to cancel. And then like, you're like, what happened? And then here come the excuses. Well, and like whatever is being said is, just so you know, partially true. And the reason this has to do with your mental toughness is it's frustrating. It's anger ridden. It is like emotional upside downside. And you're like, I don't know what to do with this. I feel like I held up my end of the bargain. I feel like I did everything I was supposed to do, but they don't have to. Okay. And this can ruin you, especially as you're climbing up, but even more so if you're on the way down on some sales losses. Okay. And I will share with you the thing that hurts the most is this happens in groups. This happens in clumpings. This happens in packets. So you're trying to climb on your way up and you're doing your deals and you've sold 10 deals, whatever that means, 10 things, and you've had 5 cancellations, right? And then you're like, I feel like I'm tumbling down the sales process. We call that free fall. You feel like you're in free fall in sales, okay? You get to the top, you're closing a bunch of deals, and then you get to this side and you start going down and you lose a bunch of deals. You get a whole bunch of cancellations. The easy thing for you, as well as me too, is to get bitter, is to get angry, is to get upset. And to look and go, sales gods, why me? Okay. So The thing that we don't talk about a lot in sales is like when you're crushing it and when you're doing good, you're on top, and there's all the mental things that go along with that. There's the dopamine rush, there's the money, there's the attitude, and just like you can have it here, it can get taken away. And so there is 100% a double standard in sales. You tell the truth. I don't have to, because either A, it's uncomfortable, or B, money's involved. And so just think of these terms every time that you get a cancellation. Is it comfort for them or is it money? Because here's what happens a lot once somebody makes a deal, right? They meet with a neighbor, a jerk neighbor. They meet with a cousin, an uncle, a relative, a coworker. And then they're like, hey, you made a bad deal because I got that same thing for $5,000 less or $10,000 less or $20,000 less, or you have bad terms, you have bad financing. And then they start questioning, did I make the right deal? So comfort comes involved. Was it a comfortable situation? No. So then they start doubting it. And now B, money's involved. And they're like, okay, so now I'm going to reach out to my salesperson, AKA lie machine. And now I get to justify and say that I don't have to tell you the truth and that I don't have to be there and live to the same commitments that you do. Okay. And another reason why this is super hard is because you're like, I am a moral person and I did everything that I was supposed to do. I told the truth. I was honest. I brought everything I needed to the table, and it's uneven. I'm telling the truth here, and this person is a freaking liar. Okay. And so be aware that the mental toughness aspect of this comes in 100% in getting caught up in that person lied to me, that person cheated to me. In all realities, you might need the money, and I get that. I've been to that place in my life too. In all realities, you have to look at it and go, it is what it is. It's my clump of weirdness. It's just, I got to work my way through it. Okay. 100%, there is a double standard in sales that you are supposed to tell the truth, which you should, right? Please do that. And the buyer can lie if it's uncomfortable or if there's money involved, okay? There's probably 25 other things, but those are the two most common. So if you're going through a sales slump right now, realize, okay, what was uncomfortable about the loss of the deal that somebody pulled back on, reverse the deal, and what did they lie about when it came to the money? And those two things are going to be symbiotic. They're going to revolve around each other. Just be aware this happens in clumps. And once again, we as salespeople have to tell the truth, but the buyer doesn't, right? You got to get over it. You just got to move on. And it's one of those things that it's an incongruency in life you got to laugh about. You got one of three things to do from here. Just one of three. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.